You can never make me feel envy. When I know deep down you feel empty. That's why you overcompensating. Your moves don't match what you be saying. I wanna stay, but you be playing. How many times I gotta say this?
What's up, gang? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Janine. Thank you so much for tuning into my video today. If this is your first time joining me, make sure you lock into my channel by clicking on that subscribe button and also by clicking on the notification bell. That way you never miss an episode of anything that it is that I'm doing here. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about generosity. So if you want to hear the message, make sure you stick around to the end of this video. You don't want to miss this. So I once heard a saying from Dr. Miles Monroe that the way that you earn money is by contributing to the world. The more that you contribute to the world, the more money that you have. And it really put things into perspective for me when it came to musicians and people who create technology, even the iPhones that we use, and people who create apps and all these other things. And the smoke is coming over here. I got an instance going just in case you guys see any of that. Now it wants to come over here. But it put things into perspective for me for when it came to the type of people who essentially own the world, you know, the type of people who have the most influence in the world. And it really made me want to look at myself differently as well. Now, of course, life is about, you know, waking up and earning a living for your family. We have to wake up and earn money every single day in order to survive here, because the type of life that we have, or the position that we have right now, or the reality that we in does require money to stay here or be comfortable in your life. Now, I think it's important to recognize where the money comes from, because again, Dr. Miles Monroe said, the way that you get money is by contributing to the world. Now, you can contribute many things, whether it's art, whether it's instruction, whether it's therapy, whether it's recipes. You can contribute so many things to the world. Laughter, I mean, so many things. Healthcare, medicine, it's just information. It's just a lot of things that you contribute to the world. But I think it's important to recognize that you can also contribute monetarily. Now, I don't go to church. I don't go to a church. I don't go to a specific institution every Sunday and put money in a plate or anything like that. The way that I give back or tithe per se is by actually, when I encounter people, I go ahead and bless them in that moment. So I never feel myself doing this, but I bless the homeless. I bless people through tips. I bless people when they reach out to me, because at the end of the day, I know that it's not my money. I know that in order to keep money coming to me, I have to also give that money out. Now, a great example of this kind of being the way that life should be is an episode of SpongeBob. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm a huge SpongeBob fan. I don't like the fact that they're trying to make him homosexual, but that's not my business. But SpongeBob does have a lot of lessons that are being taught throughout the episodes. So one episode in particular is when Mr. Krabs had made a wish that money could talk. I don't remember how he made the wish or who he made the wish to, but he wished that money could talk, and money started talking to him, and money started saying that we want to be spent. We don't like the fact that you keep us. Like, let us spend us on anything. Spend us on what you like. Like, spend the money. That's what we want to do. That's what we're for. We're here for you to spend us, not for you to hold on to us. And the characters in SpongeBob actually all represent one of the deadly sins, or one of the 7 sins, they say. I don't know how many sins there are. I think there's plenty of sins. I think it's more than 7. But I think there's some sins that cause death, but greed is one of the deadliest sins. So Mr. Krabs definitely does represent greed. He always wants to hold on to his money super tight. He's not willing to lend out even a penny to another person. He's overcharging all the customers that he receives. He's not fair when it comes to negotiating deals. He always wants to get over on the next person for $1. So you don't want to be that type of person who is that way, or who has that mindset about money. You want to have a healthy relationship with money. You want to treat money like treat money like a lover. When people say they're married to the money, that's a real thing. Get married to the money. Treat the money like your wife or your husband. Have a good relationship with money. That way money is not scared of you. Money doesn't run from you. Money doesn't shy away from you. You have to believe that money is not the root of all evil, unless you choose to hold on to it. As long as you keep money flowing in and out of your life, it'll never be the root of all evil for you. When they say greed is a sin, they're not specifically talking about you eating too much or anything like that. They mean you keeping your resources to yourself. You wonder why these celebrities spend millions and millions of dollars. And I know a lot of people think some celebrities have sold their souls to the devil or anything, but I think there is a good amount that haven't. I think it's crazy or asinine to think that God does not bless the people that follow him, that God does not give his children millions of dollars, that God does not bless his people with big, luxurious homes, with nice cars, with nice things. God wants his people to live good because he wants you to know these are his people. So make no mistake, everybody is not believing in what you think they're believing in. They just might not say it. And that's their relationship with God. Everyone's relationship with God is different. If he doesn't convict you about not saying his name out in public, when you have that type of platform, when you have any platform in general, if he doesn't convict you about that, that's your relationship with God. But me, that's not my relationship I have with God. I'm going to say his name. I'm going to say Yahshua 24/7. I'm going to say it in every single video. I don't care because I want you to know the God I serve. I don't want it to be any miscommunication about that because a lot of people will lead you to believe they believe one thing when they believe a complete another. For instance, I saw there's a celebrity singer who had posted like her worshiping an altar of fruit. It was like she had built an idol of fruit and stuff like that. Like it was really actually interesting to see somebody post something like that on social media. But it's just like people don't care about showing you who they serve anymore. And then she actually commented on another artist rapping lyrics about getting girls to follow Satan. And it's like, you are worshiping something else too. Like this is the pot calling the kettle black. Like there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about take the plank out of your own eye first before you take the plank out of your brother's eye. So check yourself about what you're doing first before you check another person. Judge lest ye be judged. If you're doing something, you can't judge somebody else for something. God doesn't like God doesn't like hypocrites. So check yourself about who you're following and who you're believing in and what you're leading other people to believe in first before you go ahead and check another person about what they believe in. But back into my SpongeBob story. So again, it's important to recognize that it's not our money. God blesses us and he does not bless us in order for us to keep the blessings to ourselves. He blesses us to share with others. So again, the more that you contribute to the world, the wealthier that you'll be. You don't get further ahead by keeping everything to yourself, which is one of the reasons that I get on here and share information. If I just got all this information that God gives me and I kept it to myself, how can I make the world better? How much better would the world be? Yeah, my world would be awesome because I'm the one that's changing because I know what to do and I know how to maneuver. But if I don't get out here and share it with anyone else, like it's really selfish to learn information and not share with other people. Now, I know some people do courses, some people charge people. Yeah, that's smart too. But I'm just saying, share the wealth that the Lord gives you. Recently, I had somebody reach out to me, and we used to date when I was like 18, like literally one of my first people that I was dating in adulthood. But he was always in the streets, and ultimately that ended our relationship because he could not be tamed. Like he wanted to be out with his boys 24/7, and it led to him actually robbing. And this just tells you how desperate people are because. And sorry, bro, if you're watching this, yeah, it's desperate. What you did was desperate, but I'll let you know that. But ultimately, this one day in particular, and this guy wasn't a bad guy. He grew up in the suburbs. He had a mom who loved him. He had no dad that was present in his life, but his life was pretty good. His life was pretty sweet. And he had me. So, when I could not stop him from going out with his homeboys and creating a ruckus, because it's not like they were meeting up and doing anything good. They were meeting up and doing all the wrong things. And he ended up robbing a restaurant, and he got kidnapping charges because he held the workers hostage. And he's still in prison anyway. It's not funny, but it's like, dang, the type of decisions people make that don't realize like it's going to impact your whole life to make a decision like that. I don't even know how to get into a headspace to be like, I'm going to go rob this place and I'm going to stick up everybody in there. I'm going to hold them hostage and hold out and do all this stuff. I don't know what people are thinking about. But, times are scary and I get it. But he's been in prison for the last 8 years, and we still communicate from time to time. I don't hold him down or anything like that. But once I had learned from his friend of him getting locked up and stuff, I just make it a point to, you know, sometimes speak positivity into his situation whenever he does reach out to me, because I know it's for a reason. So I've been ignoring him for a couple months now, just because I don't want you to mistake my kindness for what it is. It's just me being kind. I have to bless people with my energy when God wants me to bless them. You know, at the end of the day, it's selfish of me to be this awesome, amazing human being, this awesome woman of God, and keep it to myself. I had to share with the world and set the example. And so I just can't bless you with my energy 24/7. You get what I'm saying? It has to be even exchange sometimes, or at least let me say in my personal life, it has to be even exchange for me to communicate with you every day, because I like to keep my energy pretty clean. Now, and I know men in jail, they'll just say anything to you because they're locked up. Like, they will talk you out of anything. So you just really can't you really can't always talk to people in those type of situations. But, you know, I've never had anybody that I was seriously dating that got locked up and I abandoned them or anything like that. I think it'd be different if we were seriously dating at the time, but we had broken up, and this happened when we were off. So recently he hit me up again, and he's like, Janine, just answer the phone. So I answered the phone, and he's like basically, you know, trying to ask for money, but not trying to ask for money, you know, basically trying to let me know he's in need. And I sent him some money, but I also had an interaction or an exchange with myself while I was talking to him, thinking about how society is today, and how, you know, people like to say that if a woman gives a man money, then she is his sugar mama, or it looks bad, or, you know, it means so many things. And even men, when you do it for them, like, they take it as like, you know, they getting one up on you, or they getting over on you and stuff like that, when it's completely further from the truth. When it couldn't be further from the truth. When I share what God provides me, especially with the male species, it's like, I'm doing it because it's not mine. I'm giving you money because it's God's money. God gave it to me. God blessed me with this money. If I didn't have it, then where would I be? You know, you wouldn't be reaching out to me right now if I did not have it, if you didn't think God had blessed me with it anyway. And I know God will test your heart all the time. So I send him the money with no problem, but I wanted him to understand, I'm not doing this because you got it like that. I'm doing this because this is not my money. This is God's, and he wants me to bless you right now in this moment. So I'm going to do that, because I know at the end of the day, you'll receive back 10 times what you give another person. Period, point blank. You shouldn't give with the thought in mind that you're going to be receiving back, but it is a perk to giving. You're going to receive. And I want to be clear that we are all on earth to help each other. Like, when somebody reaches out to you and they need something, and they're in a position that you're not in, and they are less fortunate and stuff like that, don't be afraid to ask God if they're the person that he wants you to bless. You understand? Like, I think it's important not to always go into it with the mindset like, this person gonna think they got one over on me, so I'm not gonna give to them. Like, who cares what they think? It's about the space that you give from. If you give from a place of love, which God is love, if you give from a place of love, then you can understand that it doesn't matter what the other person thinks or how they think they acquire what they got from you. It just matters what space you were in when you gave it to them, because it always makes you a better person to be genuine. You understand? Like, anytime somebody asks me for something and I have it to give, and it's not going to hurt me to give it to this person, who cares if I get it back from this person? The universe, or God, let me say, will bless me with whatever I give out. You understand? So I want you guys to go through life with that in mind. Don't be afraid to hold on to money, because at the end of the day, we can't take it with us. We don't know when it's going to be our last day or anything like that. Like, stop telling your kids to eat all the food on their plate, you know, because you think you wasted money if they throw away the meal. Like, you already bought the food. Like, the money's gone. You understand? You can't bring the money back, that specific money that you spent on it. You know, don't be afraid to give to the homeless. Don't be afraid to give back to people in general, or even tip somebody. You understand? People are not getting over on you. You are just giving back what God has blessed you with. You understand? It's important for us to share our wealth. That's how we become wealthier, by contributing to the world. So I hope you learned something from my message today. If you did, make sure you check out some of my other messages, and I'll see you in the next one. Janique here, Janique TV. Peace.